Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're exploring a seemingly quiet corner of Tokyo, a district often overlooked, maybe, but one just packed with centuries of captivating history.
That's right.
This isn't just about the big, famous landmarks. It's really about the everyday lives, the hidden stories, and the surprising transformations that shaped a whole community.
Exactly. Our destination today is Matsuzawa, right there in Tokyo's Setagaya ward. And we've pulled together quite a stack of sources, historical records, local guides, even some academic takes,
Okay.
all to help us kind of peel back the layers of this unique place. Our mission really is to uncover its journey and maybe reveal some of these surprising stories, these hidden gems still waiting.
Right. And to really get Matsuzawa's character, I think we have to start at the beginning, or maybe with its most, well, delicious claim to fame.
Yes, definitely.
Back in the Edo period, Matsuzawa wasn't just any village. It was known apparently as a near-suburban vegetable garden, famous across Edo for one specific thing, the Matsuzawa yellow cucumber.
It's fascinating, isn't it? And what really stands out is the sheer dedication to freshness back then. Farmers would be up before dawn, loading produce onto boats.
Moats?
Yeah, rowing moats along the Shibuya River, all the way to the Nihonbashi fish market.
Oh.
All this just to make sure the shogun, and the regular townspeople too, got vegetables that are, practically still wet with morning dew.
Incredible.
And there's this great little story about the 8th shogun, Tokugawa Yoshimune. He apparently praised these cucumbers so highly they became an official offering to Edo Castle itself.
So like top-tier cucumbers.
Exactly. It really shows how vital that local agriculture was, connecting the sort of outskirts directly to the highest power in the land.
That's amazing. It sounds like a very advanced farm-to-table system for the Edo period.
Yeah.
What else was special about how they farmed?
Well, their methods were incredibly innovative for the time. They used these things called bamboo frame greenhouses. Basically, they buried hollow bamboo tubes about 3 feet down, and they filled them with residual heat piped from the Shibuya hot springs. This kind of ingenious setup let them grow vegetables even in the middle of winter.
That's clever. Really clever.
And get this. When they harvested the cucumbers, the farmers wore special white hemp gloves.
Gloves? Why?
To stop the warmth of their hands affecting the cucumber's crispness. It just speaks volumes, about their meticulous approach. Quality was everything.
That attention to detail is just...
Wow.
Yeah.
So these cucumbers become an official offering. What did that actually involve? Was it a big ceremony?
Oh, it was quite the ritual. The first 3 cucumbers of the harvest were carefully washed, but only with fresh water from the Senkawa River.
Right.
Then they were laid out on fresh red pine needles, and the village headman himself would transport them.
Personally?
Yes, personally. In a special boat woven from willow called an oikago boon, he'd paddle right along the Shibuya River directly to Edo Castle.
And we even have proof. There's a drawing from 1823, the Kenju Urizu, still kept at Matsuzawa Shrine. It shows the cucumbers in the boat, tied with those sacred mizuhiki cords, the decorative paper strings.
Oh, right, I know those.
It shows this wasn't just about delivering food, it was deeply symbolic. Even a humble cucumber got tied up in power and spiritual significance in Edo society.
It's incredible how much cultural weight a vegetable could carry. Does any of that legacy live on? Can you still, connect with this yellow cucumber today?
You absolutely can. You can still get a taste of that history at the Shimichi. It's a direct farm stand right next to the Matsuzawa Regional Center.
Oh, brilliant.
And it's run by descendants of those very same Edo period farmers. You can find the Matsuzawa-style cucumber there. Look for the unique small spines. And yes, true to form, apparently it has this amazing burst of juice when you bite into it.
So you can literally taste history. That's fantastic. Are there other ways to experience this part of the past?
Well, for the really keen in, some places apparently offer these Edo melon artisan workshops. You can actually plant seeds in replicated bamboo beds, just like they did back then.
Really stepping into it.
Exactly. And maybe the most charming bit, old farmers might teach you the sound identification method for ripeness. You tap the cucumber gently.
Okay.
And if it sounds like shattered jade, it's perfect. Imagine that description.
Shattered jade. I love it.
Right. And there's talk of tasting phantom pickles, too, made with ancient Nukadoko pickling recipes. It really lets you step into that whole Edo agricultural world for a bit.
Okay, so from humble vegetables, Matsuzawa changes quite a bit. In the Meiji-era, it becomes something else entirely, a kind of haven for literary types.
It did, yeah. a real transformation. It became this tranquil retreat for poets, writers, people seeking inspiration. Take Okie Naobumi, for instance, acclaimed poet, very close friend of the famous Mori Yugai.
Right, Yugai, of course.
Naobumi built his villa here, called Shushon, and it became the backdrop for these incredible moonlit gatherings. You had literati strolling along the Senkawa River to the villa,
Sounds idyllic.
composing waka poetry, that classical Japanese form with the sound of wind in the pines and the water flowing. It was apparently so beautiful, it was known as one of the Matsuzawa 10 views.
One of the 10 views.
Yeah,
So quite celebrated then.
definitely. It shows that deep connection between nature and art for these figures.
What a lovely image. Were there any sort of unique things they did at these gatherings that really capture that spirit?
Oh, for sure. Naobumi had this clever game, the waka unlocking game. He'd hang short waka poems on 7 different pine trees in his garden.
Okay.
And the guests had to find the poems that contained subtle clues about what was for dinner that evening.
Huh. That's brilliant. Like a poetic treasure hunt for food.
Exactly. A mix of intellectual challenge and, anticipation. And even more fascinating, inside the villa, there was something called a moonlight seeing panel. And Moriyagai himself apparently took vermilion ink and marked spots on it ideal places for viewing the moon, or even for chasing shooting stars.
That's amazing. Real dedication to the moment.
It really shows their deep appreciation for nature, but also for intellectual play, for sharing that experience.
A true blend of art, nature, community.
Yeah.
Now, the villa itself is gone, I take it.
Long gone, sadly.
But is there anywhere today that still connects us to that Meiji literary vibe?
Yes, there is. There's Tsukimizaka, which means moon viewing hill, near Loop 7 Road. The villa isn't there, but its stone foundation and some of the old pine trees are.
Ah, okay.
It's a wonderful spot for just quiet reflection, especially at night. When the moonlight filters through those old trees, you can almost imagine hearing the poets murmuring their verses.
That's a lovely thought.
And nearby, there's a coffee shop, the Igai Shobo, that actually displays replicas of Naobumi's manuscripts. Another little tangible link.
That's a powerful connection.
Yeah.
Now, stepping back, the Meiji era wasn't just poetry readings, was it? It was a time of huge structural change in Japan.
Oh, absolutely huge. This era saw the Meiji Great Merger in 1889, a really significant administrative reform across the entire country.
Okay, what did that mean locally?
Well, before this, villages often operated under a system where the whole community was collectively responsible for paying taxes to the lord. It fostered this kind of forced commonality, you could say. Everyone was in it together, like it or not.
Right, shared burden.
But the Meiji land tax reform shifted everything. It moved to individual land ownership and individual tax responsibility. And this led in many ways to the disintegration of those old traditional village ties.
Oh, I see.
Matsuzawa village itself was actually formed in this merger, combining parts of 4 older villages. So the very idea of a village changed from a self-contained unit to more like a component part of this new, larger national state.
Which must have affected everything.
Absolutely. Local governance, social interactions, the whole feel of the place. It really raises that question, doesn't it? How does a place like Matsuzawa keep its unique character when the very structures around it are changing so profoundly?
That's a great question. Identity through change. Okay, let's fast forward again. Now to the Showa era, a time of, well, incredible progress, but also immense challenges for Japan.
Yep.
And Matsuzawa kept forging its own path.
Indeed. Modernization was a big part of it. One key feature was the Tamagawa Electric Railway. They had this distinctive blue tram, the Awen.
The blue tram.
Yeah, and its Matsuzawa branch line became really iconic locally. It ran through areas that were still pretty rural back then, coming out from Shibuya. Picture this nostalgic scene. Farmers on board with produce, school children maybe running alongside it.
Sounds like something from an old film. Charming.
It really does. Sadly, the line was abolished in 1944 due to wartime policies, need for materials elsewhere, things like that.
Ah, the war, of course. Does anything of that blue tram feeling remain today? Any echoes?
There are, actually. Some of the old tram routes are now walking paths. Look for Matsuzawa Kuji and especially Matsuzawa Fureidori.
Okay.
And on Fureidori, they've actually embedded sections of the original cast iron rails right into the paving stones.
No way.
Yeah. So as you walk, you hear them sort of clank underfoot. It's this amazing tangible link. You can actually hear the past.
That is cool.
And there's even an old shop along the path called Eodendo. It sells replica tickets, little models of the blue tram. Apparently the owner's grandfather was actually a conductor on the line.
A real living connection.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, so from progress,
Yeah.
let's shift to a major challenge of the Showa era, World War II. It's kind of incredible that Matsuzawa played a part in protecting national treasures.
It's a really remarkable story of community effort. Towards the end of the war, Matsuzawa, being relatively rural and maybe less of a target, became a secret refuge.
A refuge for what?
For priceless artifacts. Parts of the Tokyo Imperial Museum's collection, that's the Tokyo National Museum now, including these incredibly fragile replicas of murals from the Horyuji Temple's Golden Hall.
Wow.
They were secretly evacuated out of Tokyo and hidden in private farm cellars right there in Matsuzawa to keep them safe from air raids.
In people's cellars.
Yes, ordinary farm cellars. And the villagers themselves took on this extraordinary task. They stood guard, rotating in shifts. It was known locally as a villager-protected national treasure effort.
That's incredible civic duty. Amazing.
It really speaks volumes about their sense of responsibility, their commitment to protecting cultural heritage, even in the worst of times.
Hey, can we connect with that story today? Are those cellars still there?
Some of them are, yes. They're now known collectively as the Matsuzawa Art Cellar. It's essentially a private, underground gallery space tucked away in a residential area.
Hidden gem territory again.
Absolutely. And what's special is they've intentionally kept the original earth walls, the old wooden beams. It displays wartime history alongside contemporary art. You need an appointment, so it really feels like you're stepping into a secret time capsule.
So many layers to this place. Okay, one more story from the Showa era, and this one is about compassion during a crisis.
Right. This takes us back a bit earlier to 1918 in the Komasodo, the rice riots. Rice prices just skyrocketed across Japan, causing real hardship, hunger.
A tough time.
Very. And in Makuzawa, there was this small dango shop, a sweet dumpling shop called Sanshuya. The owner was a woman named Otsuru, and she saw these hungry children in the neighborhood.
Oh, dear.
So she took what little glutinous rice she had left, mixed it with wild vegetables she gathered, and made these simple dumplings, relief dango they were called, and she just gave them away for free.
Wow, what an act.
It was, and it deeply moved the other villagers. Her act inspired them to pool their own resources, donate food, and help each other get through it. It became this local legend of kindness and community solidarity.
A beautiful story of community spirit holding strong. Does the shop still exist?
It does. The Sanshuya Dango shop is still there, operating in the Matsuzawa shopping street. The current owner is the 5th generation.
Amazing.
And she carefully preserves her great-grandmother Otsuru's recipe. You can actually order the Jinshin Dango set, that's Benevolence Dango, which includes those special green vegetable ones, often made with mugwort or taro.
You can taste the history and the kindness.
Exactly. And inside the shop, there's a little plaque. It just reads 1 dango, 1 heart. And apparently, there's still some faded old thank you notes kept there, too. A real testament.
Incredible. It really speaks to the enduring power of simple human kindness. Now, just to tie these threads to modern Matsuzawa, I understand there are a couple of significant institutions that reflect this ongoing commitment to, well, care and history.
That's right. 2 key ones. First, there's the Tokyo Prefectural Matsuzawa Hospital. It was established way back in 1879.
Wow, that's old.
It is. It's Japan's oldest existing public psychiatric hospital, and it's been a real pioneer in mental health care over the decades. Shows a long history of care in the community.
Definitely. And the second one?
The second is the Kagawa Toyohiko Memorial Matsuzawa Archives, set up in 1982. This place is dedicated to the legacy of Kagawa Toyohiko. He was a Nobel Peace Prize nominee, a really significant Christian social activist involved in all sorts of movements, labor, farmer cooperatives, you name it.
Okay.
So having these archives here highlights Matsuzawa's connection to broader social reform movements and that enduring spirit of community support.
So bringing it all together, what does this really mean for you, our listener? Matsuzawa,
Yeah.
It's clearly not about grand castles or huge temples drawing millions.
No, not at all.
Instead, it feels like a living textbook of Japanese history, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A kind of microcosm showing how a place navigates profound change, Edo, Meiji, Showa, while somehow holding on to its spirit, its unique character.
Yes.
We've heard today about those incredibly diligent Edo farmers and their perfect cucumbers.
Right.
The sophisticated Meiji poets under the moonlight. The nostalgic Showa trams clanking down the street. The villagers guarding national treasures in their cellars, and that compassionate shopkeeper sharing her dango.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, Matsuzawa really shows that history isn't only in the monumental stuff, the big events. It's in the subtle textures of everyday life.
Textures, I like
Yeah,
it.
like the dirt under a farmer's fingernails, or the delicate creases on a poet's waka slip The faint rust on a hidden tram rail, the cool feel of charcoal on a cellar wall that protected art. Even, maybe, the steam rising from a simple dango, born out of kindness during a tough time. History is in those details.
Which really raises a question for you listening now. How many other places that seem ordinary, maybe even in your own neighborhood, hold these deep, layered stories, just waiting to be noticed if you just look a little closer?
And maybe, for those who want to go deeper with Matsuzawa itself, here's a thought. Don't just visit like a standard tourist, ticking off sites. Try approaching it like an explorer, someone looking for the soul of the place.
Explorer.
Yeah, you might even find they offer a special kind of intangible cultural heritage guardian certificate at the Matsuzawa Shrine, maybe even a little wristband symbolizing that connection to the village's enduring, resilient spirit, a different way to engage.
We really hope this deep dive into Matsuzawa has opened your eyes a bit, opened them to the incredibly rich, often overlooked history that pulses away within local communities. It proves, I think, that sometimes the most profound stories are found right there, just under your feet.